There we go. Hey, hi, hello, good afternoon. I hope you have been having a good weekend so far. And welcome to the first stream that's not on a Friday in 2 weeks. But this is one I wanted to kind of look around, get around to in a bit because, you know, I love 30XX and I'm glad this game is still getting support and I want to show off all the stuff that they've been putting out there. Hello, stranger! Hello, Molecular Shadow Fox. It is good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Yeah. But today, I want to check out the Feline Fury DLC for this game here. Because, you know, Dally is like the little robo-cat that you could talk to at the start of every run, and you could get yourself one item to kind of get you a leg up on the run. Well, she's had enough of just giving items. She wants to get out there and kick some butt. So she built this not ride armor. They're calling it catastrophe armor. But you can now take her out on some runs yourself. And why don't we switch to her now? Because I find her interesting, right? She reminds me a lot of Axel from Mega Man X8 with her default weapons. I think a good number of her powers are also just like rapid fire. You hold the button and just shoots projectiles out there. So I imagine she's like pretty good at just taking out large groups of small fry. And she's also got some other unique mechanics to help her kind of differentiate from Nina, Ace, and Delta. I'm pretty good, thanks. Over 8 at tea time. Oh man, whew. Now you got that sort of post-meal lethargy just like kicking in there. Well, I suppose might as well rest off, right? And let's go in here real quick because I wanted to show something here too. Beached fox. So one of the things they also added, this was like what they started on a couple updates ago, but they said they were going to add in like alternate stage phases, which are like alternate sort of segments that you could go through. And like before they added it for like 3 of the areas, but now each of these stages has sort of like the alternate phase, which has different kind of gameplay conceit to it. And one of the things I thought that was interesting that they put in here is the phase modulator, which lets you kind of influence how the likelihood that the stage will have their alternate version in there. So you can reconfigure it so that it never shows up, or you can go all the way up to high, which I thought was pretty interesting. So I feel like this is the kind of thing they put in here for like the long-time 30XX players. If you're someone who just like buys the game today and comes in here, you're not gonna maybe have too much of an effect over this, but I guess if you're like the type of person who wants to either check it out or you just want to run through the stages as they are, this is nice. I think the patch notes they put in also said that at least 2 of the stages will always have their alt phase, so they're going to try to mix up the runs for anyone who has been here for a while. So that's pretty cool. I bet you're like, thank God this week is over, eh? Yeah, for the most part, my big commitment is like almost there. I still got some stuff I need to do, but I think for the most part, it's just like getting the stuff I need to get it done. So I'm just kind of waiting, right? Waiting a little bit, and then I can finally like put the finishing touch on it. All right, let's see what we can get with the the smuggler here. Get that and that, and ooh. This must be a new AUG. They've added in some more AUGs too. I noticed like a couple of them now, like more of them now influence the jump stat. Before it was like the one core AUG that actually affected it in any way, but now it seems like there's more of them. So that's cool. I've missed your streams and I've missed streaming, but sometimes life just like kicks you in the face and you just gotta roll with it. You gotta take care of stuff, right? I'm always saying, hey, make sure you go take care of your real life obligations, so that's what I did. Ooh, maybe I'll get World Igniter. This one never changes. Good old Delta still shows up to give you a challenge if you want. Enemies deal more damage, be restored to full health. That's actually a pretty interesting trade-off right there. I guess if you're like good at not getting hit by attacks, this would be ideal. You know what? It's early. I think I can take this, right? Those curveballs, man. I know, right? Oh yeah, so they deal double damage. Perfect. Nice thing about the flamethrower is that it is aimable. Although these weapons, they do chew up through your energy a lot, so you can't fire them willy-nilly. I guess I can explain some of Dali's other mechanics. So instead of a charge attack, what Dali has is supers, and basically it works like on a stacks mechanic, like some of the other character exclusive mechanics do. Once you hit 20, you can activate like special powers that usually do like, you know, big effects. And interesting part is that each boss has, as far as I can tell, each boss has a weapon or a super that they can drop when you defeat them, and whichever one you get is going to be random. So I guess in a sense it's similar to Delta. You can't really optimize a build for Dali. You kind of have to roll with whatever you get. But yeah, it's been a pretty hectic past 2 weeks here. I've probably got like one more week to go, but things winding down. I think I can get back in the swing of things here, start doing stuff. Just in time too, because October is like very, very soon, so that means I can like just go all out for October here. As per tradition, I'm gonna be doing a not so Spooktober, where I'll be streaming games that are perhaps not overly scary, but you know, gonna be horror adjacent, Halloween adjacent, and we're gonna have some fun with that. I should be calling you Kitty Azure after I saw that thumbnail on Twitter. Yeah. Oh, right. This was the other thing about Dali here. So she gets augments too, but they're bells, right? The bells, they have a variety of effects, and like unlike say Nina's power fusion, where she can only like, you know, combine powers together, you can attach a bell to anything you want. So you could attach it to a weapon, you could attach it to a super, you could attach it to a power. You go there, select which bell you want to equip, and it'll have its effect. So I think the Vibrant Bell would work best for my weapon, because it's like my energy generator power, so probably works best there, right? Get things sorted for Spoopy month. Yeah. As I like to call it, costume season. At the very least, that's like my primary motivation for Halloween. The best excuse to just go out there and wear something that maybe you wouldn't normally wear, or that people wouldn't normally wear, because hey, it's that time of year. Have some fun with it. Of course, gotta have a rockin' outfit, right? Have you decided on a costume for the season? I have to admit, I have not done that yet. I need to open up Vroid and see what sort of outfit I can don for the month. Alright. Holding the attack button draws in pickups. Yeah, you know what? Let's get that one. I always like that one. If something falls into the lava, it's like, yeah, don't have to worry about it anymore. It's not pickupable anymore. Yeah, that's a word, right? Pickupable. It is now. No clue yet. I did pick up a pair of cute thigh highs that have a cat shape on the top. Ah! I love that style of outfit. The decorated thigh highs. Yeah, the ones with the cat on top are pretty good. They're a good one of those. I think I have a pair of 2 of those myself. Yeah, that's the thing that would pair pretty well with like some other cat-themed items if you got them. Get yourself like a cat shirt or a cat hoodie, or yeah, anything cat-related really. Oh, this is a time challenge. Okay, can't stop, just go. I'll come back to pick up that one later. Also, the thing about these challenges, you don't have to kill every last one of them. Just go fast. Oh, they did refactor some of the Koroks too. If I remember correctly, Alhawk's Reign used to be you get HP regen when you kill enemies with power spin. Now it's power kills charge barrier. But I like Zookeeper stuff. I'm gonna just get that one, even though I don't have any repros yet. That'll come in handy for when I do pick up repros. Some of those gothic cat hoodies look great. Aha. For some reason, goth and cat just go together super well. I think it's like the contrast, right? When you get gothic, that normally has a gloomy vibe to it, and cats are usually a bit more active and vibrant, and you kind of put them together, and it's just a lot of fun that way. Let's see, we'll pick up that, get some more health, and yeah, we'll get that. Oh yeah, and I forgot, one of the other the latest patches actually, they revised some of the bosses. So if you remember these folks, Lethal Tempo, they used to be on like the right side of the screen, and they would just like chuck a bunch of gears at you. But I think they said one of their stated goals was to make the bosses like a lot more active and challenging. So this is like their work on that. So they kind of just like rotate around and kind of stop and use their attacks on you. I think it works pretty well. Certainly makes for a lot more active boss battle, right? Whereas before, it was basically just, you know, bullet hell the boss. Now you gotta, like, move around a bit more in multiple spaces. That's pretty neat, right? Also nice is that there's, like, a red circle around each of the bosses, so you know how much, like, health each one of the little elements have without having to look at the right side of the screen. Anyways, it's a fun boss, although I think the one criticism I would have about it is that, like, the rotating thingy still stays around, so if something drops in this area, you're gonna have to just not forget about it, right? Don't make it an out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Yeah, okay, so this is like the thing I was talking about. Supers! You need to have 20 stacks of like the super, which you can build up by landing hits with your weapons and powers. And once you got 20, you just let loose. Interesting that they call them supers, even though you get to like use them fairly frequently from what I can tell. I guess they just had to pick a name that would kind of clue you in pretty quickly, and that's been establish terminology and all that. Okay, let's go to deep verse. Kling Klang's distant cousin, twice removed. It's like a rejected Pokemon. Okay, well, Ace's challenge, or Delta's challenge is done, so we're back to business as usual for this first run, or for these early stages here. Apologies for that sound. If only I could just, like, have some sort of advance warning for when loud noises would happen. One thing I do forget is that I do have super, so I should use that because it's like a great way to kind of clear out a corridor's worth of enemies, right? Like that. These areas tend to require a bit more concentration. There's just one thing Dally has taught me is that, hey, you got like a whole arsenal of things to use. Might as well use them. Especially since like the default beam is like fairly short range, so you can't just like stand back and pew everything to death. You gotta get in there, and the low amount of damage it does usually means that most of the time you just want to use it as like a resource builder for your supers and what have you. Getting Jerker's lair with the purple and green. Jerker's cyber lair, right? You know what this reminds me a lot of? You remember, I forget what their full name was, but it was like the Peacock stage from Mega Man X4 that had sort of like that virtual reality deal with it too. One stage where you had to like race through an area as fast as you could, and then you get ranked, and depending on how fast you went, you could like get yourself a variety of prizes, and if you went like fast enough at the right spot, you could get yourself, was it one of X's armor pieces. Ah, jeez. Oh, I was almost in that. Ooh. Oxjack's Fury. So a nice thing about Dally is that since Dally doesn't have a traditional charge mechanic like the other characters do, some of the Augs do work a little bit differently, you know, to accommodate for the fact that her stuff is, her primary thing is like supers. So that's pretty cool. At least I could see why she would be a paid DLC character, because she has enough sort of gameplay mix-ups there to kind of justify it, right? Ooh, I gotta trade in 40 HP, so that'll be bringing me down to 160. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. Get me more scrap bits for later, and I could get this reflap that will let these little bat enemies not attack me as much. Oh yeah! Yeah! That's like one of the things I do when there's like a cycle of things. I usually wait till like the next available cycle because, you know, I want to have as much time as I can to kind of navigate that sort of segment. Oh, I gotta go. Haha, laser to the face. Should probably get this one. It's like an emergency automatic panic button. If you end up getting hit a bit too much, just have that pop and you'll get yourself a little breathing room. See, this is like the one AUG I will always recycle, the vending machine one, because I find that I don't use vending machines nearly often enough to kind of justify, you know, picking it up. It's always one of my more favorite elements, just have Loot Omega show up and you gotta chase after them. If you can blow them up before they get away, you'll get yourself an AUG. But if you don't, you might get yourself a consolation prize of a few nuts. Oh man, no tokens. Alright, guys, gotta keep going. You love a good vending machine, yeah. You know, like, recently, I tried to get a drink from a vending machine, and it was like one of those vending machines that accepted cards, so I tried using my card, but for some reason, it wouldn't let me, like, pick up a drink, even after I used my card, so I just kind of had to leave without actually getting my drink, but I, like, tried again. I tried again, like, a few days ago, and it actually went through that time, so I was able to enjoy myself a nice soda. Worked pretty well. Worked pretty well. Oh, on the subject of sodas, I didn't realize that there's like a new lemon lime soda out there called Starry. Apparently, it's like the replacement for Sierra Mist, right? Because I guess Sierra Mist wasn't like doing too hot, so Pepsi picked up a new lemon lime soda, which I honestly find weird because I feel like there's like not many ways you can vary up lemon lime soda, right? It's gonna be clear, it's gonna be like have that citrusy sweet taste to it. Denial Wave. This one is fun. This is Dali's defensive ability. You press once for a shield, and then you press again to toss it forward, right? Just pretend you're like Sigma or something. Or, I mean, Sigma from Overwatch, not Sigma from Mega Man X. Sometimes I forget. I gotta clarify sometimes. Same names! They can be a pain. Let's get Capital Punishment out of the way. I feel like the later versions of these stages tend to be very, very painful. Ah, dang, out of energy. Ah, man. Okay. Will I be playing Sonic X Shadow Generations when it comes out? I'm gonna take like a wait and see approach for it first. Like, don't get me wrong, everything they're showing is like very exciting so far, but I kind of remember the other Sonic game they went and remade, right? Colors didn't exactly come out in the hottest state. And I think even after they went and patched it up, there's still some lingering issues with it, so I want to see how it goes. I want to see how it fares before I pick it up, but don't get me wrong, it looks very promising so far. I like all the shadow stuff they're putting in there. I really hope it turns out as well as it looks. Yeah, wait for them to iron out the bugs. Tends to be like the advice to follow, right? Don't if you can afford the wait, don't worry about picking up games day one. On that note, did you see that they're adding levels based on the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie, and they're gonna have a Keanu Reeves voice shadow in that segment? It's like pretty much the biggest example of just tie-in opportunity you can see there, but seems like it would fit at least. Oh, I have a minute to ad break, so get ready for that. All right, let's see what I missed out on. Ah, a bell. I missed out on a zealous bell. Ability triggers much more quickly. That would have been perfect for lasers, but such is life. I'll just take my scrap bits and move on. As the internet might put it, a skill issue, right? Really was a skill issue. This one. Damage increased by 30% after a wall jump. Yeah, you know what? We'll get that. Any excuse for a crossover, yeah. I mean, at least this one is still Sonic related. And to be honest, Generations would probably be the best spot to put it, since Generations is like all about that sort of multi-dimensional crossover anyway. Okay. Oh, I should get Mistime Protector. Double my invulnerability frames because I am getting hit a lot. Oh, hey there, smuggler. I happen to have some scrap bits. What you got for me? Core extender? Sure. Yeah, we'll get that. 5 core points. I only have like 2 armor pieces so far, but you know. May as well be prepared, right? Gah. There we go. Ah, target test. No enemies too, so I'd have to really be messing this up in order to kind of miss out on the maximum reward, right? And there we go, flawless victory. First one in a while. Ah! I like a double jump, but I also want to get more Zookeeper stuff. What should I go for? Oh, I only have the 1 repro so far, so maybe a double jump would work better, right? Yeah, we're doing it. Bonus jump online. Man, I really botched that one. Welcome back from ads. I hope y'all got some decent ones. Or, you know, you got your refreshments and your rest as you needed. The heck? No shop again? Alright, fine. I'll just keep on saving my nuts. Good old capital punishment. This boss has not changed. Not that it needs to. It's a pretty solid fight, all things considered. Ooh, lasers. Oh, didn't realize I'd taken him down that quickly. Yep, got me coffee. Good, good. What do you get here? Productivity boost. Super rains fists upon foes. Or I could get 2 random repros. Nah, this one's fun. This one's fun. Look, look at this. Boom! It's the punch from the heavens. How cool is that? It's totally worth picking up another Super 4, right? Yeah, let's get Water Grab out of the way, shall we? This boss is like one of the more tedious ones on higher levels. Oh, you might have noticed that the music is like automatically in sort of that intense version. I guess that's their way of kind of letting you know that you're in the alt phase of a stage. If you hear like the music just like go into the intense version right out of the gate, that's when you know you're gonna experience the alternate version of a stage. I can kind of dig that. It's like a good musical cue. Again, something that would perhaps be more beneficial to someone who's played like a lot of 30XX. If you're someone who's coming in here fresh, then might not make as much of an impact. Keep on forgetting about my supers. Almost had me there. Come at me! Ambush alligator bot got nothing on flamethrower. And we want some grilled gator, robo-gator for dinner tonight. Maybe some grilled robo-fish. What's your preferred way of cooking a fish? Is it, do you like them fried? Do you like them grilled? Do you like them maybe sushi style? I like them all. They're all pretty good. Losing HP grants punishment. Consume 10, 20, 30. Attach weapon power super is free and 30% stronger. Or I could go with close range, high energy restoring smashes. Let's go with Vengeful Bell. And I'm going to attach it to Raining Fists. Poached! That works. Look at Catbot and I just think Mag Mortar with the colors. Oh yeah, very, very Mag Mortar. And like, in concept too, because if I remember, Mag Mortar is like, got the arm cannon like dealio. I forget what animal is like the Magmar line based on, if they're based on an animal line, or if they're based on like a legend too that or did they like just create Magmar, the Magmar line, to kind of fill a gap in the Pokemon roster? Ow. Yeah, Mag is a chunky boy. Yeah, Magmar are very chunky. As some might put it, thick. And that is thick with 2 C's. And perhaps spaced apart, too. Oh. Okay. So is it like the mini-boss is also different? Interesting. I guess it's similar to how, the Burning Temple mini-boss in the alt phase is, like, slightly different. I guess they had changed it up because the regular version, you can kind of cheese. Alright, what should I get here? More strength in exchange for 20 HP. More strength and HP in exchange for power and energy. Or just straight up more strength. Let's just go with more strength. We'll just get more speed. Can't go wrong with a tiny bit more speed. Alright. So I guess this is also part of the alt phase. You got like a drop section that's like a bit of a puzzle. Gotta figure out how to manipulate the gravity to get yourself further down. Oh, the big ol' open air section too. Oh, wait, okay, maybe not. You know, when I was young, I used to call like the bottomless pits in video games complete air. Because that's what it looked like, right? It's like just the place where if you fell down too far, you would just, you know, you would lose a life. But now I know people call them bottomless pits, which I guess also makes sense because that's what they are. Oh wait, there it is. I was wondering where the teleporter for this zone was, but. Oh. And its speed. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay, this feels like a proper-ass racetrack with just, how it's like a very straightforward corridor. Really encouraging you to just go fast. Ah, super steel increased damage. Yeah, I'll go with that. Super pitfall. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that last one. It's probably sour anyway. Okay, this is pretty interesting for an alt phase. I'll give them that. Some wild platforming. Okay, I'll eat the 10 damage. No! Oh boy. I had to put spikes on the walls too. Wait. Ah! Wait, do I get my double jump back like whenever I hit one of those gravity flipper things? No, doesn't look like it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and restock that. Get back out here. Try again. It's a really good thing I didn't put any time limits on this run. Ah! Oh gee, it's Death Egg Act 2 all over again. Ooh. Finally. I'd never get out of there. Good. It's just the boss. It's just the boss that's left. Please let there be a shop. Oh, good, there's a shop too. I can spend my token. 3 nuts per consecutive salvage. You know what? That's just a net benefit. If there is something I can salvage, I can just do that. All right. What else can I pick up? In boss battles, avoiding damage for 20 seconds grants a protective barrier. Scraps loose seams neat. I do use my powers a lot, so this one might not be something I want to pick up. I could pick up Pure Flame, though. Because just having that sort of escalating power boost is going to come in real handy. Alright, Let's go take down Experiment 9 again. Gravity is just a state of mind. Oh man, not the... Get burned, son. And... and punched over the head. Now that's what I call a knockout blow. What do you have? Summons a totem that uses Dali's equipped weapon. I don't like my current setup, though. It's a turret! It's basically a turret. You just toss it out, and it shoots stuff. Very fire and forget, too. I just throw it out in the crowd there. I wonder if it, has health. It definitely has duration, but I wonder if it, like, gets hit by something and it blows up, or if it just persists anyway. Kind of fun if you just have a good spot to double your firepower. But I want to stick with my flamethrower. Multi-directional assault is kind of my thing. What should we go with? I know Hoot Omega at higher levels is also a pain in the neck, so let's go face off against them next. Okay. Barriers don't protect against wind. Noted. Ooh, nice background. Yeah, right? It's like you get to see a view of the city here. This is what remains still in operation. Regular normal scrap dealer. Ooh, immunity and a knockback. Yeah, let's get that. Might as well. Be able to stay in place when you get smacked. I like the way they arrange these cloud platforms sometimes. Makes for some interesting platforming segments. Those birds, they added them in like a post-launch update. They weren't always there. Like in early access, it was just like the birds and the swords, or it was the bats and the swords and the little floating things that shoots electric bolts at you. Now it's mini-boss time. Slightly different style from the other mini-bosses in which the whole gimmick is that you gotta go reach it. Then again, I guess it kind of is in line with the theme of the boss as well, which is all about getting to them because they will run away after getting hit enough times. I like how they arranged some of those so that they would create like a cross of tornadoes when they fire it off. Alright. This is like a bit of a trade-off, right? You have to be good enough at boss battles to not get hit for 20 seconds to get that barrier. If you get hit a lot, this isn't going to be of much use to you. Maybe I should just get the Mega Heart. Just get that extra HP. It'll serve me well during the stages itself as well. Repros grant 5% power efficiency each. Sure, why not? Right now I'm at 5%, but it's better than 0, right? And this part is just familiar. The falling down section with the upwards gust, so you get to fall down slowly. It's a real good thing Dally is just a robo-cat. They don't have to worry about the upward gust doing anything untoward to them. Keep on going down the hole. It's like me when I discovered VTubers. Oh, hey, look. Glory zone along the way, so we can just get in here. Ooh, that went pretty well. Let me get Oxjack's Blitz. Just get that aerial maneuverability in there. Falling down that rabbit hole, right? Gonna find ourselves in Wonderland. Don't drink that potion, you're just gonna end up shrinking. Might find yourself fighting some weird juggler Heartless too if you're not careful. Went all the way down. Alright, I'm not gonna bother with you. I feel like I'm just gonna end up losing a lot of health if I try to defeat you. Man, this run has been really stingy with shops. Like, stage 5, and I've only seen a shop twice. On the bright side, it does let me stock up on a lot of nuts, so I can just, like, go on an absolute spree. One nice thing, I think they added this post-launch for Hoot Omega. It's like now you'll get the little warning sign to show you where Hoot Omega is gonna shoot their lightning bolts, so you don't have to try to anticipate it. You know exactly where you need to go to avoid it, which is nice. Getting bamboozled by attacks is usually no fun. Dang. There we go. Another one done. My flamethrower gets a little bit stronger. this one? Gain a burst of speed, attack speed, and apply attach bell to other abilities during effect. This one is just like a super mode. I think you can imagine how that will go, so I want to pick up something else. HP is converted to energy as needed. Now that feels like I would go maybe a bit too far with that, so we're just gonna get 10 nuts and move on. Should we face off against Zen Primus? We're coming for you. On a completely unrelated note, who's excited to see more about Ghost of Yote? I hope I pronounced that correctly, but I get the follow-up to Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima, which was a pretty darn good open-world sort of game set in the Japanese feudal times. I'm kind of glad that they are going with a new protagonist for that game. It's like one of the things where things can go awry. If you have a game series that goes long enough and you stick with the same protagonist, eventually their arc, you start running out of ways to develop the character and try to justify, how either justify like how much stronger the foes are getting, or how they have to, keep getting abilities for one reason or another, whether they, like, lose all their old stuff or the new folks are just, like, that much stronger. They have to justify getting new abilities. I've seen that. Yeah. Pretty exciting. I look forward to seeing more gameplay stuff about that. I am haunted, but if I defeat him, I get one more use out of the auto tank. You know what? Let's go for it. Oh, that didn't take very long. Alright, I forgot. Auto tank, so I can just go. This is just a standard chase. Sometimes it's just a good idea to keep moving, because the roller is just gonna wipe them out for you anyway. Starting to realize that this flamethrower just might be kind of nuts, actually. You got them skills? I got some semblance of a skill, I'd like to imagine. Ooh, attacks ignore walls and shields. That might come in handy. Or a 3% chance to ignore damage per unused core point. Let's see, how many I have? 8. This might not be a bad idea. Quantum Spook might be useful too, but now let's go with Core Protector. Horde! Don't spend! Or just like, go for a lot of the upgrades that get you more core points, right? Oh, this one's an avoid damage challenge, so don't worry too much about the things coming at you. Alright. Well, I only got hit twice, so that works out. Attack skills score more energy or 1 second fly. Yeah, let's go with the Talon. Although I might actually take that off because I got the bell attached to my main weapon. Now that I have that one other AUG that cares about having unused core points, might as well put it to good use, right? A huge weakness of mine right there. Don't spend. Same. You know, it's just like you see that limited time deal, oh man, it's sale. It's on sale, or it's like a limited time item. You're not gonna have another opportunity to get it, so no. The FOMO's kicking in. I get that. I get that feel. Oh, man. Just what I needed, a health explosion. Oh, got an ad break coming in a minute. Yeah, rather than try to pick them off, why don't we just send fists from the heavens to take them all out? That's what they're there for, right? By the way, how good was that art that you had done? Which art piece are you talking about? Was it the... Trying to remember. I got a lot of things commissioned and, what should I get here? Let's see, level 6, so we could get another one. Get a little bit of mileage out of this pure flame here. Coup de grace might not be a bad idea. The one with the cute pose, I think oh, that one! Oh, that art, yeah. It was, fantastic piece, right? Ah, man. Pose and the expression and the kind of like the style and everything. Oh, they nailed it. They nailed it so well. You know what? I could probably do with more health, right? Yeah, we'll save the rest for later. Zen Primus, I'm here. I've come to beat you up. Those totems take a lot of punishment. Oh yeah, that's one of the other things they added. Bosses at higher levels will now have, like, trickier attacks, maybe more powerful, harder hitting ones, so you just gotta be ready for them. I like how they animated like a whole ass super Hadouken for Zen Primus though. Guy's just like basically Robo Gorilla Ryu now. Got the uppercut, he got the fireballs, he got like everything. Stoic Bell. This ability does not cost or restore energy damage, plus 50% for weapons, minus 50% otherwise. Attached supers cost 50% charge. I guess the flamethrower I got was Zen Primus's weapons, so they're just offering me 10 nuts in exchange. So inconsiderate for Twitch to go into adverts when the boss battle is happening. Yeah, I apologize for that. Curse you, Twitch! Only thing missing was the hurricane kick, yeah. And maybe like the mule kick as well, because I know Ryu has that in some of the games too. Let's go fight Both of these are annoying at level 8, but I think Echo Beast might be... No, it's Absolution that's annoying at level 8. We'll go take her on. Take him out. Take me to church. Just any church but this one. Oh, wow. You again. I don't normally expect, like, 2 Loot Omega segments in one run. Usually it's just, like, the one and done. How much health do you have? More than I could deal out to him, clearly. It's like the advanced version of the magic men that were in Golden Axe. It's like the ones that appeared at the end of the stage and had to beat up to get those potion bottles so you could refill your supers. I remember them. I think they also had like the one variant that you could beat up for some health restoring items as well. And that was like the only time you could actually restore your health, short of dying and just, you know, starting with a new bar of health. Ah, these folks, I remember you well. Thankfully, they have a shared HP bar, so as long as you attack one of them, you'll be able to take them out in some amount of time. Guess I'll get the core expander. We'll synergize with you know, the other item I have. Give me a bit more breathing room. Actually, now I think about it, maybe I could just throw this on now. Get some more energy from attack kills. Ah. Found it. Glory zone. Glory calls. Ah, good. It's a target test. Surprised it showed up this late, and in a state like this. It's like, and the challenge is don't take damage. I guess I think I appreciate that all of the target tests are don't take damage. I feel like trying to finish this in any amount of time would be very, very trying. There we go. Let's see what we get. Store up to 2 supers at once, or health pickups might grant armor. Well, I got 2 of the 4 Draco Serpent parts, so might as well pick that up, right? Okay, and still got 18% chance to ignore damage, which is decent. I think this theme is like the only theme in the game that sort of has the variable mix thing going by default. I mean, if you don't count, like, you know, the boss versions just get more intense. This one just, like, gradually grows, changes versions as you progress through the stage. Which I think is pretty neat. I hit that button too many times. Alright, one more time. Pew. Alright, now we can move up. Power efficiency, 200% at critical, eh. Ideally, I wouldn't want to go critical. This is a part where Quantum Spook might have come in handy. Alright, I guess you don't want to be destroyed or disabled, that's fine. Okay, that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, to be honest. Man, no tokens on the... no shop. Absolution, I've come to... actually just beat you up like everyone else. Nothing new here. Oh good, dude. I was worried the fists might not have enough reach, but they do. Love how that fruit machine had 3 tongue faces. It's like, sucker! Yeah, I don't know if any of Dali's powers are able to take out the void, so that's just some area denial that Absolution has on me. Alright, here we go. Phase 2. Oh! I see, okay, so this is the super that just, like, automatically destroys the stained glass shapes. Good stuff, goddamn. Alright, gotta keep that in mind. Oh, and that was one of the other changes they had for, Absolution here. So depending on which stained glass shape you destroy last, Absolution's attacks will be modified in some manner, so I guess if you destroy the green one last, the void she throws out will chase you! That's pretty cool. And obviously if you destroy the red or the blue shape last, then something different will happen. If I remember correctly, I think it was like with the red one, if you destroy that one last, then Absolution shoots 2 and 3 lasers for the laser attack, instead of just like 1 and 2. I'm not sure what blue does. I think it's fun though, like lets the bosses be mixed up even like within a run itself. It's like additional variants that kind of help keep a run fresh, right? Because, you know, sometimes you might end up having to deal with something you didn't quite anticipate, or it's something else you can quite plan for. Whew. Yeah, it makes a nice change to attacks. Nice change to mix the attacks up instead of the usual rinse and repeat. I get, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So I can get a chaining bell. Attached ability bounces to a nearby target on hit. Oh, that might actually come in handy. Or spread the flames boost if used in mid-air. We'll get that one. And I think I might stick this on the bell. Just have the flames bounce off. It's usually the realm of electric abilities, but now the flamethrower is going to get to do that. Ah, it's going to be wild. But yeah, it's one of the things they said they were doing in the patch notes, is that all the all the bosses are going to get new attacks, and some of them... They also changed the way attacks work, so like, you know, depending on when you encounter the boss in a run, they may or may not use certain attacks. So obviously, the trickier, harder hitting stuff is reserved for later stage versions of the boss. Earlier stage versions will have the more straightforward ability sets, which I think is about the amount of progression you want from this kind of thing, right? Oh, I didn't realize the stalactites could hit enemies. Maybe I should have gotten Quantum Spook. Oh, that worked out. Alright. Oh man, that was a massacre. That's why I wish Sonic bosses had an extreme pinch mode. You know, it's like one of the things I'll give some Sonic games for. I think it was like Sonic the Hedgehog 4, I believe, where if you hit the boss enough times, they'll like change up their phase of attacks. Which I think works a lot better for Sonic bosses, because usually you have to hit them 8 times in order to defeat them. So it makes for a nice sort of late-game twist and gives you that feeling that the boss is getting desperate, so they're switching it up in a way to make them harder to hit, or make it easier to hit you. The platforms on this level are giving me major Turrican 2 vibes. Oh, I am not doing too well here. If only I had the Draco Serpent part that lets me restore health when I kill enemies. That would super come in handy here. Well, at least I was able to wipe out one of the mini-bosses super quick, so this one shouldn't be too hard now. Still had to dodge a lot of crystal spikes, but... there we go. Could have gone better, but at least I'm alive. Unlike that Pearl Jam song. I'm still alive. I got 7 scrap bits. They're not getting used for much else, and I'll get a core extender since I do have that other ability, the other AUG that wants me to have open 4 points. Might as well indulge it, right? Someone that did an animation what Sonic and 1 and 2 bosses would look like with pinch modes. Ah! That's interesting. It's always fun to kind of see a fan's take on a thing. Like, ah, what? Tell me the fists don't reach down all that way? Okay, how about now? Yeah, that works. Everyone, we're having robo-crab for dinner. It's a nice pressed crab. Can't believe I've only picked up one repro this entire run here. Usually I can get like 2 or 3, but I did have that one opportunity to pick up 2 repros, but you know, for the sake of showing off Dally stuff, I decided to get a Dally ability. Dungeness? Maybe. Oh, hey, speak of the devil, here's another one. Yoink. Your unspent nuts pay dividends. Man, this would have been so useful to have, like, at any point before the last of the main stages. Power kills grant 7 supercharge. Eh. Or extra energy? Or maybe I could get this one since it gets me HP along with energy. Extra power might not be too bad too, since that flamethrower is just absolutely annihilating things. Yeah, we're gonna get this since the cerebral nourishment meal will have some time to kind of stick around, right? All right, here we go. It's time to face off against the last of the main stage bosses. Sleepy Armadillo, Echo Beast, Slumbering Sentry. Okay, that's what I thought. The barriers blow up the little electric projectiles. That's good. Less for me to manage. Yeah, this is kind of a fun loop. Just like pelt him enough times to. Oh, and this is a Echo Beast high difficulty attack. Just bounce around the screen a bit, and depending on what stage you're at, the bounces will leave spikes that will sometimes come after you. Ow. Yeah, even with this, like, super absurd flamethrower, you see how much health Echo Beast has? I'm, like, barely shaving it down. Almost like this game expects you to, like, find some sort of crazy synergy to kind of amp your attack up to super high levels. But hey, we kicked their butt, and that's what matters. It'll be all that armor, yeah. Crystal Crash, rain crystals from above. That's super, right? Or is that just like a regular weapon? Oh no, it's just a regular weapon. I might actually swap this one. And we'll keep the fist because I find raining fist to be extremely funny. We did it! We're making it to the end game, baby. Time to get serious. What kind of challenge? Enemies have 100% more HP at this level, but at level's end, you get a repro that would have been useful literally at any point before this. Because stage 10 really does not need this repro. So, sorry, Delta, but I'm going to have to turn down your challenge. Glory does not call for me. I prefer being alive. Sadly, I have to head off now. Gotta be at 4 a.m. for the work eep. Alright. Have a good rest. Thanks for hanging out, and it's good to see you as always. Thanks for being here. Have a good one. You have a good one too. Okay, having reflecting projectiles for this one's kind of nuts. Does make me wonder what the top path of this area is like. A lot of those little robo-crabs. Right, I have fists. I can use my fists. I can use my fists of fury. Gotta make sure I have to avoid saying certain things, lest I come off as sounding sussy. I mean, I know VTubers and sus is just like going hand in hand sometimes, but you know, you don't want to overindulge. At least I don't want to overindulge in that. At least don't want to make it too overt, I suppose. Forget who it was, but I remember watching a stream long ago where someone was playing like Doom 2016, and they referred to glory kills as like fisting their enemies. Okay, so this is like the one thing that Crystal Rain might not be good for, is taking on these shielded fools. Leave no chest unopened. Ow. Oh, jeez. How did I mess that up? Good lord. Oh my god. It's a good thing I'm not on the under a time limit. Does bring me to elements of game design that I like, is when you get like one of the late stage areas that kind of combines gimmicks from earlier stages and does unique things with them. Like you can see here, this game, this stage has like the lasers from Deep Verse and the crystal platforms from Penumbra, and you saw the other crystal platforms too from Echo Cave, and managed to put them together in ways that give you a unique platforming challenge, right? Always found that fun. I should probably just go. This place is way too chaotic for me. Not much to do there except destroy enemies anyway. If there were like chests or something, might be worth more hanging around, but I'm just here to complete a run. I'm not here to complete a run and completely kick butt at it. Makes me wish I had armor torch set though. Alright, keep going. Ooh, mini-boss time! Actually, I might want to switch weapons here. Go for the single target burst now that I had facing off against this fella. So if you didn't realize it already, this guy is actually a boss from 30XX, although they're like, you know, considerably different now. Right, much larger, much chunkier, a bit harder hitting. This is like my other favorite elements of game designs, when the camera zooms out just to really give you a sense of scale, right? Just how huge is this boss? It's so huge we gotta zoom the camera out for you to see all of them. Also, I just really enjoy the part where the boss just falls apart, right? The music stops and you're just like waiting. You're waiting to see what happens, and then suddenly everything springs to life again on their own, and the music is just like going absolutely nuts. And you're just like, oh my god, everything's everywhere. Just keep getting core points, baby. See, all my cores are equipped. Now for the fun part. I feel like stages 9 and 10 are kind of like, obviously they're 30x's take on like the Mega Man endgame stages. Although instead of having 4 like you would usually, they just mash them up because you kind of have like a phase 1, phase 2 for each of the stages. So it kind of works out like that, right? I gotta be extra careful here because I am running low on health. Don't want to be losing more health than I restore, right? Ah, there it is, the glory zone! Wasn't expecting spikes. Here we go. Challenge time! Oh no, it's this one. Thankfully, it's a damage challenge, so as long as I'm good at my platforming, it should be no problem, right? Man, Dally be so large that she can't just shoot things normally. Oh yeah, I messed that up. I really wish I'd picked up Quantum Spook. God damn. There we go. Ah, why couldn't you give me the Draco Serpent part? Alright, we're gonna leave you alone. You can just keep on digging in that tiny little space there. Oh, I gotta get back up. And you do have to remember, I got the auto tank, so it's possible I could get through this even if I have to retry. Other than the whole thing will have to be, you know, getting that auto tank back up to kind of full strength. It's one of the bummers about the auto tank. Like, it only starts out with 20 health. I guess they do it that way so that it doesn't become like too overpowered during boss battles. It's like, yeah, sure, it can pop off multiple times, but you're only gonna get enough health to maybe take another hit at most. Wait, do the mirrors reflect the fists too? Holy cow. What are those mirrors made of? It's like, ah! It's a good thing I'm not an enemy, or else that fist would have really, really hurt. Shouldn't have stood there. Why did I stand there? I mean, it's gonna be like 2 extra power damage. And it's also, you know, cost of nothing, so might as well, right? That's the one thing about this level, is that it is an absolute marathon. You're going through really, really large segments with lots of enemies and very many avenues for danger. Just screw it, talk to the fist. Ah, now that's what I needed. 30 health. Ah, should have been a chest there. Or maybe there shouldn't have been. Maybe I should trying to survive on my own means rather than relying on others. Although you should probably never be afraid to ask others for help, right? It's not about weakness, it's about just knowing your limits and knowing everyone else's strengths. You know, rising tide lifts all boats and all that. Okay, I'm not gonna bother with that one. Anything out down here that... Oh, yeah, smuggler. Behind an absolute rain of stuff, but... What's my stats on... Oh, you know what? I guess I might as well, since this is the last piece I need. Triple air dash, that might come in handy later on. And I'm gonna forget everything else. I'm low on health, I don't need to lose more. 2 tokens, what you got for me? Yes! Power strength, yes! And potato, sure. Hopefully GLaDOS is not inside in that. Ooh! Now here's one to pick up, Core Enthusiast. Just to freeze up the space and I can get maximum benefits from the Core Protector. Frail Glory, 30% damage while wearing the crown. Can you keep it? I probably wouldn't be able to, so maybe I'll avoid that one. Oh, I don't have enough money for this one. I do have enough money for the health. Yeah, get that one. So they must have changed, like, the text for some of the AUGs, because some of them used to be a bit more vague in their description, so like Frail Crowd would not say like the exact damage boost you get, and some of the AUGs you might have noticed earlier kind of had like the like the one with the nuts where it said +1 power for every 25 nuts you had used to be just not holding increases damage, so you wouldn't know like exactly how much you would get from it. I don't mind, that might be a bit quieter because I do have to focus a little bit more. When I'm paring down Eleanor's HPs, already down to half. 43 health. So I think that means 3 more hits, right? Oh, now we got the sides on the edges, so you can't... So you'll have to worry about that, too. Eleanor's like one of the other bosses that sort of alters depending on what you do. Although in her case, it's like what order you fight all the bosses in will decide, like, the attack... order of the attacks and, like, what kinds of attacks she launches at you. So that's pretty wild. Oh my god, am I gonna be able to get through without having to use my auto tank? Yeah! Although I'm gonna be in a pretty precarious position next stage, but we can worry about that later. I do have that bonus auto tank use thanks to Delta. Maybe that will come in handy. Your power has been truly unleashed. Maybe you can save this world, unlike the others. Save her. It's like talking to the robo-cat here, with all the seriousness you might expect with, Nita, Ace, and Delta. Here we are! Midgard Swallower of Space. It's not over yet! Thankfully, this stage is a lot more straightforward. Pretty straightforward gauntlet of sorts. Okay, those mace spots are huge pain in the neck. If I see one of those, I just run. Sometimes it's not worth taking them on, right? Now I think about it, we've only really encountered one gauntlet stage this run too, haven't we? Ah, man, okay, there we go. I mean, better that I have the tank, I suppose, although refilling it might be a bit of trouble. What the heck? I'm pretty sure I got the one item that's supposed to make health appear more often. So where is it? I'm just gonna avoid that crew over there. Oh, I think they wanted me to go up. They wanted me to go up. Nope. Y'all can stay over there. I'm just gonna keep going forward. Oh man, I needed that. I needed that. Oh boy, we're on a big wall, which means we're facing off against this stage's mini-boss. I've always wondered what one of you'd be like to face in battle. Give me everything you've got, or you'll die along with your Alexia and your world! Gladly. Man, Alexia got some pretty sick moves. Not the meteors. Time for part 2. Is this supposed to be Midgard's head? Is that what I'm fighting against? Oh, now it's gonna smash me. Ground pound. Not the ground pound. Oh, now we're in the more difficult phase. Whew! Made it. I am hanging on by a thread here. I am living on a prayer. But we're almost home. Unfortunately, the most difficult challenge awaits us. After a somewhat grueling one. Into the belly of the beast. Hopefully I can recover a decent amount of HP here. All that and still up to 100. Yeah, not gonna bother with the rest of the enemies. Wow, 1 attack strength per level and also now would have been useful earlier. Although the crown might be worth picking up. Although that might end up with me trying to chase after and just getting hit by a million attacks rather than actually dodging them. Nah, maybe we'll just go with... Oh, I don't have enough nuts for any of these. Well, except for the crown, I guess. Dang it. I'll just take a risk with this one. I do have, like, all the extra maneuverability, so maybe this won't be so bad. Alright, that went well. 1 core point per level and also now, or supers activate attacking repros. Oh, this might be useful. Supers vaporize enemy shots. Yeah, I'll get that. Since I can pop off the supers pretty frequently. So the whole thing here is just hoping that I can recover more health than I lose. Alright. Know when to pick your battles, right? Ow. Well, there goes the 10 health I collected. There's another 10 health. There we go, attack kills restore 1 health. Might have been useful earlier. I wonder if we should go back through there and kill everything. Now, I can go through the contemplation shrines and get my health back that way, right? Provided, once again, I don't lose more than I gain. Consumes 10 energy on use to deal 40 more non-scaling damage. What does that mean? I don't know if any of the abilities I have would benefit from that. Let's get a Mega Heart. More health. So in the end, my auto tank is just gonna end up be just give me the extra hit, so gotta be careful about that. The 1-2 bell stacks up the 100% damage to the next used other power super. Let's try that. Get that to the barrier. Nah, don't go boot. Don't go back through there. Don't fall for the trap. You know what? Look at this. Extra power strength. Keep it with the flamethrower. Alright. Here goes nothing. For all the marbles. Be with 250 HP, like 3 auto tank activations. Absolute chonker marathon of a boss incoming. I do like how the Nina in this game uses like all the powers based off of what you can get in 20XX. Makes for an interesting boss battle. It's like you're facing off against the protagonist of the previous game. Oh, here we go. Here's the actual hard part. Mode 7 Ace. Get him down pretty quickly. Could you imagine if I didn't have like at least one absurd stat, how much longer this boss would have taken to play out? Ooh. But it ain't over yet. We got one more to go. Shouldn't be as bad, but you never know. Still got some mistakes I could possibly make. Although I'm gonna estimate I can afford at least 8 of them. So I just have to not get hit 8 times and then I win. That's long and short of it. Here we go, all the marbles. Devotion's End, Architect's Opus. guy's got some insane range on his, like, sword dash. Okay, you're dashing along the bottom, so I'll just wait up here. Yeah, you do your thing. I'm just gonna go sidestep all the meteors. There we go. It's a really good thing I have that damage nullifier AUG. Good lord, all this battling. I've only got him down to half health. Chucking gears. Wait, this is my one opportunity to restore some health. Oh, the dash thing again. Alright, alright. Next phase. Oh, you're doing the crystal bounce. I was wondering when that would show up. Oh my god. 1 HP! 1 HP in a dream, baby! But you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this when I say, it still ain't over yet! Well, actually, it might be. I think I might go for it. I might go for it. I just might do it, cause... Just because... Like, oh shit, everything's going down. Oh man, we gotta run. But what if I just take the skip teleporter, get to the end, hop into rocket ship, get out of here. Take my chips and go home. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be like absolutely real with you. I did not think I was gonna make it through that. Like, holy cow. There were like so many points of failure there where I probably should have legitimately died, but by some crazy, crazy miracle, I somehow persevered. I got enough rolls in my favor, and I was able to make it to the end. And I decided to just cash out. We're not gonna do the escape sequence. We're just going home, baby. It's insufficient murder data this run. Get it a little more murdered next time. Murdered usually only has 2 states, right? You're usually murdered or you're not murdered. Not sure if you can really have, like, degrees of murder. Anyways, enough about murder. Let's just move on to the ending sequence here. Now, this is one thing that remains the same, right? Even though I beat the game as Dally, it's still Nina, Ace... Oh, I guess Dally is there. But, you know, if you beat the game as Delta, for example, this scene would be the same. Which is fine, right? It's a good ending image all the same, and the fact that they animated it is pretty neat in and of itself. Anyways, we've seen these credits, we know how those go. But yeah, I hope that was a decent look at Dally. Pretty cool, unique character. Has a gameplay style that's slightly different. Requires you to kind of utilize all of the things you have a bit more in order to kind of, you know, reach your maximum DPS potential. Also got our own set of colors, which is pretty neat. Got most of them. I just need to do a 20 entropy run. Sacred Spline's entropy condition maxed out. A Revenant character, which I have not done. Oh yeah, they did add a condition to the entropy cluster that you can do. The 8 main bosses gain new dangerous attacks, rank 1 from level 5 onward, rank 2 all levels, so they become even hardier, they hit even harder. Sorry, I had to snooze ads for a minute here because I want to wind down. I want to show one more thing they added in the post-launch update. They call them Eternal Challenges. So, you know how they have the dailies and the weeklies, which would have like a randomized set of conditions. Now they have like a set of fixed challenges for you to go through. So they'll usually, change the game up in some way. Like, for example, scrap bits are converted to a random stat boost. This one's actually pretty funny because this was a mechanic from early access. So before they added the scrap bits, salvaging an item would give you a stat boost. So it's like either HP, energy, or core points, but made it really easy to just like be able to equip all the core augs you got during the run, which is why they changed it up. So they just brought this back, and we have something here, the full resonant armor set. You may only equip 1 core aug of each type. Glory zones and contemplation rooms do not give bronze rewards, so if you don't get silver or better, you're not getting any core augs. Also very similar to the 20XX core system, where you could only have 1 of each kind, and you had to decide which one you wanted. World of Possibility, -5 on all stats, 500 rerolls. So basically, reroll till you get the augs that boost your stats up to basic level. Start with all leg cores except Vagrant's Waltz, -10 attack and power. Start with Hoarder's Might, attack from Nuts, Nut Replicator, 20% plus 20% more nuts per level, 200 nuts, and -15 attack and power. So I also like how this mode is called Late Stage. Get it? Late Stage Capitalism. Ha ha ha. Oh, Dally can't do this challenge. No shop spawn. You only get slot machines. Nuts can be spent at slot machines, so everything's left up to chance. Start with Smuggler Attractor. Benefits from salvaging are doubled. All pickups are salvaged when possible. Bashing Dash and Oxjacks can. Speed items drop more frequently, so you just go fast. Gotta go fast. And It's-a-me! Begin with Remnant of Determination. Bounce off enemy heads. +10 jump, -10 attack and power. So they really just turned it into Mario, huh? Anyways, goes on like that. You got more challenges, things here, and some hidden challenges, and I assume they'll add more challenges as time goes on. So this is pretty cool, right? This is pretty cool. Oh, True Pacifist. The absolute minimum attack and power, a lot of extra HP, more speed and jump, and you do not have to do boss fights. So really do want it, you just like get through, right? Maneuver through the enemies without getting hit, or at least get hit as few times as possible. But yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. That one's added for free, so you don't need to get Feline Fury. That is just there for you. But oh yeah, and also Eleanor appears. If you get the secret ending, Eleanor shows up at your base now, so that's pretty cool. Alright, the way the secret ending plays out, it makes a lot of sense, so I'm glad they acknowledged that you get the secret ending now. You get some new dialogue with them too, so if you talk to them, they have some things to say now. Anyways, that has been a look at Dally and maybe some of the new stuff they've added in 30XX since last we checked, which I think was when they added Delta. As always, I'm excited to see what else they might put in here. I look forward to what other updates they might have in mind. I will definitely come back here when they come around with 1.4 or whatever other things they might put in there. I look forward to it. But I think that is going to be a stream right there because I do have some things to do and I want to have I just want to have the afternoon, the evening. I like having Sunday evenings to just kind of wind down before I get back into work. So yeah, I will go ahead and call it here. Yep, thanks to everyone who came by and chatted and hung around, and even if you just lurked, I appreciate each and every one of you. As I said, things are winding down, so I want to get back into a schedule, and I will have that out tomorrow, but I'll let you know now. Wednesday, I will start What the Car! Remember the demo we played all those months ago? Well, they came out in the full release, and I feel like What the Car would probably be perfect for a not-so-spooktober, right? Because you're a car with legs. That's like kids show levels of kind of just out there, and I hope it'll be a good time. Look forward to that. But for now, let's look for someone to raid, shall we? Who's out there we can raid into? I've seen some interesting games being played here. Some folks I think I've rated before, as always, but my memory is not the best at times, so I forget sometimes. Alright. I think I might have found someone, but we'll see if I've rated them recently or not. Probably not, though, because I've been away for a while. Alright. Looks like they do have their raids open. Have not raided them in the last 30 days, so maybe I will. And it feels like it would be a good segue anyway, so let's get in here. Okay, Neko Lucy is playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Yeah, the very first Mario and Luigi RPG back on the GPA, so I figured it would be a nice segue, right, from one pixel game to another, although Mario and Luigi is like true retro-esque pixel, while this one is kind of like a retro tribute, but okay. Raid message is gonna be easy. There. If you're joining on the raid, give them robo-cat raid, and if not, have a good rest of your weekend, have a good start to your week. I'll see you on Wednesday for the start of What the Car. Take care. I do like 30xx's trend of just like taking existing characters and making them playable. Although, I do wonder like who's left to make playable now. Because most of them are playable now. Well, whatever they have in the works, I look forward to it. Alright, see ya.